we know, over the past few decades, the Islamic economics have been revived. However, it is still in the initial state of the development. In comparison to this, the conventional economics has been raised positively in terms of their development and advanced methodology. Hi, my name is Mohamed metric number 1815143 from your class History of Islamic Economic Thoughts. So today I'm going to present about the Islamic economic theories, theoretical foundation of Islamic economics. So before we go further, I need to define first what is conventional economics. The conventional economic structure is the coordinated form where the country or the government will place its assets to deliver goods and services within the country's population. Namely, it is a variety of organizations that communicate with each other according to a specific strategy for achieving the economic goals of a century. The conventional economics has various types of characteristics. This includes the idea of absolute scarcity and freedom, personal interest, materialism, and positive gain norms. The definition of total scarcity has demonstrated that all sources are scarce and individual needs are infinite. So next, what is Islamic economics? Islamic economics relies on the word Islam itself. Islam is the ideal way of life, and Islam offers guidelines and principles for every aspect of life, including in the economic sector. The economic structure in Islam is based on the Sharia, and the fundamental of the Sharia is Al-Quran and also Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad SAW that consists of economic guidance and demonstrate how economic structure can be organized. As we can see, in other economic structure, wealth could be perceived as the most important in the society. They could run after wealth, ignore about the true purpose of life, which is the creation that worship Allah. So some comments on the conventional economics is that an explanation how conventional economics alone will be unable to deal with the challenges is that its secularist model brings its range of unavoidable shortcomings. One of the shortcomings is that its excessive dependence of materialism, interests, and personal rights to pursue their own desire. Since there are no legal limitations on human rights and people are entitled to pursue their own desires, so mutual interest is hard to be served. The response given by the conventional economic is that competitiveness would naturally support the public interest. However, this has not been proven to be true. Although the importance of competition in the economy cannot be ignored, but this on its own is insufficient enough to preserve the mutual interest. Next, conventional economic do not usually address wealth, as it claims that once productivity is achieved, income will then be found instantly. Experience have thought in other way that a lot of researchers to stress a need to take into consideration the number of other variables, including ethical, psychological, socioeconomic, historical, and political factors. As consequence of the unsustainable focus on maximizing income and fulfilling desires, the development of even more production is now one of the main priorities of the economics. These have caused the public and private sectors around the world to survive above their means. So this leads us to the question that how Islamic economic overcome these shortcomings by the conventional economics. This leads us towards the vital issue of policy for protection of the public interest of Islam. The question is that, will that prohibit self-interest from being served? Or will it deny the function of the market structure? The solution to all of this concern is no. Islam will never ignore the vital role that self-interest and money mechanism play in fostering the productivity of the economic growth. Socialism attempts to do something with all this, the motto was each according to his capacity, from each according to his necessities. So last but not least, what make it differs Islamic economics and the conventional economics is that Islamic economics put it emphasize on the ethical values. So what is ethical values? Ethical values enable a person to put his or her desire through the moral judgment before they actually enter the market, to ask themselves, do I have to buy this stuff, or I have the money so I can buy this stuff, but do I actually need it? Okay, because they question themselves what is their response to Allah on the day of judgment, when they was asked this question of where did you get your income and how you consume most of it. So because of this concern, the market mechanism is incapable of implementing such control. If, let's say, the ethical value is not there, okay, without constraining the spiritual values, the rich will afford expensive products and services even at a very ridiculous price. As a conclusion, in Islamic economy, practicing easy lifestyle and empowering the zakat institution are two of the greatest ways to sustain an economic development. However, there are few challenges to sustainable growth. Most of them is that it is often costly. Nevertheless, I believe that the only key is to be consistent. If you are consistent enough to keep on empowering our institution, then nothing is impossible.